students. Now we are doing the chapter breathing and exchange of gases. Previously we have done in breathing and exchange of gases, definition of breathing, respiration, and then what are the different respiratory structures present in different organisms and human respiratory system, means the diagram of lungs and how what are the main respiration involves which steps. Now next we'll study about mechanism of respiration. So in mechanism of breathing, it means the inflow. Inflow means inspiration and outflow means expiration of air between atmosphere and the alveoli of the lungs. It is affected by expansion and contraction of lungs. There are mainly two processes by which the lungs are expanded or contracted. First process is the downward and upward movement of the diaphragm. Diaphragm is the muscle which is present in the abdomen and which increases and decreases the diameter of the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity means chest cavity. And second is the elevation and depression of the ribs, which lengthens and shortens the thoracic cavity. Now, first of all, we'll study about inspiration. Inspiration, I have told you earlier, it is the process by which fresh air enters the lungs, the diaphragm, intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles are basically present between the ribs, and abdominal muscles play an important role. First of all, we'll study what happens to the diaphragm. As you're watching in the diaphragm becomes flat and gets lowered by the contraction of its muscle fibers, thereby increasing the volume of the thoracic cavity in length. Arrows are showing that diaphragm is coming, lowering downwards. And next is external intercostal muscles. External intercostal muscles, as I have told you, that these are present between the ribs. These muscles contract and pull the ribs and sternum upward and outward, thus increasing the volume of the thoracic cavity. And third are the abdominal muscles. These muscles relax and allow compression of abdominal organs by the diaphragm. The abdominal muscles play a passive role in the inspiration. Basically, its main role is in expiration. So muscles of the diaphragm and external intercostal muscles are principal muscles of inspiration. Now, what is how the movement of fresh air into the lungs takes place? Thus, overall volume of the thoracic cavity increases, and as a result, there is a decrease in the air pressure in the lungs. The greater pressure outside the body now causes the air to flow rapidly into external nares, means nostrils, and through nasal cavities into external nares. Therefore, the sequence of the airflow will be external nares, then to nasal cavities, then to internal nares, and then pharynx, glottis, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar ducts, and then alveoli. And from the alveoli, oxygen passes into the blood of the capillaries and carbon dioxide diffuses out from the blood to the lumen of the alveoli. Now, this is the mechanism of breathing, which is expiration. In expiration is the process by which foul air, means the air which is rich in carbon dioxide which is being produced in our tissues as the process of catabolism, is expelled out from the lungs. Expiration is a passive process which occurs as follows. Now, first of all, we'll study what is the function of a diaphragm. Now, as we have done inspiration, now we'll be doing expiration. The difference in diagram you can notice, and you have to draw all the diagrams properly in the notebook. And diaphragm, the muscle fibers of the diaphragm relax, making it convex, decreasing volume of the thoracic cavity. As in the diagram you are watching, that arrows are going upwards, that diaphragm muscle is relaxed and it's making it convex, and so the volume of the thoracic cavity is decreased. Now, what is the function of internal intercostal muscles? These muscles contract so that they pull the ribs downward and inward, decreasing the size of the thoracic cavity. Now, abdominal muscles. I have contraction of the abdominal muscles such as external and internal oblique muscles compresses the abdomen and pushes its contents towards the diaphragm. So, internal intercostal muscles and abdominal muscles are muscles of expiration. Basically, the main function is in expiration. So, movement of carbon dioxide rich air out of the lungs, how it takes place? Thus, overall volume of the thoracic cavity decreases, and carbon dioxide rich air means foul air goes outside from the cavities of the alveoli in the following manner. First of all, alveoli, then it goes to alveolar ducts, and then bronchioles, then bronchi, and bronchi, from bronchi it goes to trachea, from trachea it goes to larynx, larynx to glottis and pharynx, and then external nares and nasal cavities, and then from external nares it's given outside. The process of expiration is simpler than that of inspiration.